How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Now, let's talk for a second about Hal Labs. When Hal Labs first showed up on the NES as a publisher, their first 3 releases were all ports of Midway arcade games: Defender 2, Millipede, and Joust. And these games were originally, according to legend, they were supposed to be part of a deal with Atari, and the whole thing kind of fell through. It got weird and messy. And so these 3 titles, because they were already ready to go in 1988, they got published. Fast forward a little bit, and Hal comes up with an original idea. Or they publish an original idea here in the States called Adventures of Lolo. Adventures of Lolo was wildly popular because it's a cool puzzle game. And I don't care who you are, most gamers love a cool puzzle game, especially one starring a cute little character. And Lolo, and yeah, it's like just a little blue ball. He's almost like the blue version of Kirby without the platforming and eating stuff. Well, fast forward about a year or so, and we got a sequel. And we'll be talking about that sequel and its complex history today. Today's game is Adventures of Lolo 2. Now, Adventures of Lolo 2 is the 7th game in the Eggerland series, which was released in Japan, and the 4th game in that franchise that was released in Europe. Only the 2nd released in the US. And this game is actually different from all the others because it's basically a mashup of a bunch of different levels from other games in the franchise, and the difficulty was hiked up a bit. Stuff like that. It's weird that some games the difficulty was toned down a lot, and some games the difficulty was turned up a lot, and there was no real middle ground anywhere with that stuff. But this game has the same premise as the previous title, the previous entry in the franchise. Evil King Edgar kidnaps Princess Lala, and Lolo goes to the tower to rescue her. Game takes place over 50 levels. Each level is different, and you only get 1, maybe 2 attacks to defend yourself in each level. If you get that. Some levels you don't get any attacks. You just have to figure it out. And it's a great test of your brain. It's a great test of your wits. And it's a great way to figure out how to solve a problem without just blowing stuff up. This is the antithesis of Contra. And I love it. Now, this game did eventually get released in Japan as Adventures of Lolo. So it's weird and it's complicated, but this is a great puzzle game. And it's one of those things where a series should be resurrected, and it should be resurrected with its original playstyle, but like updated graphics or something like that. Yeah, The Adventures of Lolo should definitely be on that list. And I mean, I'll go so far as to just take an HD remaster of the franchise. I don't even need a brand new game. This game is amazing. Now, if you want to pick up a copy of it, it's gonna cost you between 30 and 40 and 55 or $60 for a loose cart, depending. I'm not going to talk about complete copies. We don't really dabble in complete copies. I just want to get the games in your hands. But this is a great game. Figure out a way to play it. It's available on everything. You can get it on Switch online now. So there's really no real reason to not play it if you have a means to play it. Fantastic puzzle games should be celebrated. They're timeless. And this is a prime example of a wonderful, wonderful puzzle game. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, Elvin Adam Bender does not say die. He just tells those robots to kill.